2, 1, go! Welcome everybody to Zadette. Aren't you excited for some Zadette today? What is this game that we are playing today? Cat, tell them what we're playing today.
Hello, it's me, Flannel Cat, here to talk about Zadette with my broken voice. Zadette is arguably the greatest video game ever made, and there's no reason that other video games came out after this.
Yes, this is just the best game that has existed, and we are going to show it to you. And because I have been up for 19 hours, we're not going to talk anymore. We're just going to get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm going to talk. Like, I brought here to talk. And eat cheese, which I'm going to do at the same time. I'll try to make sure my cheese noises don't come through. Anyway,
I wanted to show that off because generally in the speed run, once that comes up, you hit escape and then you click continue and then you're on the first level. But this is the first level. OMG, look how big Zadette is.
Yes? No, go ahead.
Say
your name. I was going to say, I'm going to give you a little bit of background on the plot here.
Okay.
We are playing as Zadette. We are traveling through the land of Zadette, and we are trying to rescue Zadette.
Princess Zadette.
Princess Zadette, my bad.
In the land of Zadette. But
the devs looked at, say, China Warrior on the TurboGrafx and said, you know what? We can make sprites bigger than that. And they did. And now we've got games with the largest sprites that never go left, because Zadette is a game about what? It's a game about determination and going forward.
Yeah. One thing to say is that these sprites, these spikes, are really tight jumps, and if you're playing the speed run, you can't really stop, and you just have to learn how to jump over them. So every spike jump is a scary jump.
I just failed to eat cheese. My bad.
Can you confirm that, Cat?
So the spikes themselves, like every single spike, is the most terrifying jump in the universe. Because, you know, Zadette is also made of paper mache, and if he touches anything, he will just fall apart.
Yeah, I don't know if you all noticed, but this is a massive hitbox on the sword.
He speed the entire length of the sword, the entire height, and a little bit further than you think.
Yeah,
so
but
go ahead.
We're on the first boss. Go ahead and talk and I'll focus.
We're on to the first boss here, which is a pretty simple pattern. When his eyes flash, he's going to start shooting fireballs at you. And you have to be very careful on your timing of the swings and how far away you are from this guy, because you can't swing faster than Zadette will swing. So it's very often that if you mistime a swing, the fireballs, you won't be able to kill them in time. They'll reach you and Zadette will fall apart. And then eventually he will put down a spike. He'll try to attack you again, teleport behind you, put down a spike, but now we've got him trapped in a corner, and we just hit the space bar until he doesn't exist anymore. Like that. And then fall apart.
And we do that because it saves like a second to just do that and automatically start the end screen, the fade out.
And that is the death animation.
Yeah.
Regardless of how you... sorry, the cheese is attacking me. Regardless of how you get killed. Unless you fall down a pit.
So I'm going to try and do a cycle skip, because believe it or not, there are skips in this.
Yeah, there's some real spicy speedrun tech in this game.
So we're going to try and do this jump perfectly right here. Okay, we're going to move all the way to the right of this platform. Yes! Oh, that's beautiful.
That is the scariest jump. If that tentacle tickles you at all, Zadette will once again fall apart and you will die.
But if we can do that perfectly, we do not have to wait on that third tentacle. And so that saves a cycle in a few seconds.
And you'll also see NPCs swinging at random things in the background. Despite what the layout may tell you, I have executed RGL staff member privileges to turn this run from gamer percent to real gamer percent, which means we are going to go to the secret boss, which means we have to kill the developer logo in the background hidden in each stage. That is, I'm gonna not talk with cheese in my mouth.
So this boss is basically 4 cycles, 5 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm gonna try and get them because I suck at this. I hate this boss. Even when I played this for GDQ, I had to do this in 5 cycles.
Yeah, it is not a complicated set of moves that it has, but if your attacks are not timed, you can mistime a jump there, it will just hit you and you will fall apart. And also, if you move too far forward throughout the level, or throughout the boss fight, it'll destroy the whole stage, and you won't be able to do anything about that. So you always want to time when it's going to be swinging at you.
There we go. Finally, I don't screw up on that boss.
Congratulations, and now yeet yourself into a pit.
Oh, yeah. We have to kill him as many times as possible.
As well, I'd also like to point out, if you can find a way to get Zadette off the top of the screen, that counts as dying too.
Yeah, but that's not really something that we do.
You could. Surely there's a way.
Well, we might be able to show him a way later. So yeah, now we're in the underground cavern. And so we now have ceiling spikes. We have blue snakes that take 3 hits. And these snakes are the bane of our existence for reasons that we'll show later.
Yeah, the blue snakes always back up when you swing at them too, so you can't even like you have to delay your swings, so you aren't just chasing the snake away.
And you see the developer down there.
You gotta kill that cul-de-sac. Cul-de-sac?
Oh crap! I meant to jump sooner. I wanted to get that deceleration.
Ooh.
You can do the leap of faith, but I have only done the leap of faith once, and only once. And that basically is jumping past that spike. It's super hard to do, and I have yet to do it after the one time I've done it.
I'm still impressed that you are running at the spikes. Well, you know, like running as the best that you can, and jumping. I always had to stop in front of the spike, jump, then move. It is too scary to run at it and jump.
Yeah, I usually jump a little bit sooner, but I just wanted to play it safe. So now we're on boss 3, which is the water dragon.
I absolutely love this boss. I think this is my favorite one.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And what's really nice, like all of these bosses, there's no RNG. If you do the exact, all the bosses and all the stages, if you do the exact same thing will always happen, with the exception of the end of the game. But right now, it's just going to be a real set pattern. It's going to come out, roar, try to tail you in the butt, then come out and roar, and try to shoot with projectiles that you're not seeing anymore.
There you go.
We are destroying the projectiles before you can see them, and then it tries to tail you in the floor. So
Kat, what are the best kind of levels in any video game?
Auto-scrollers.
Awesome! Here's the not just auto-scrollers, minecart sections. Who does not want a minecart section?
I love auto-scrolling minecarts, and you can start this section without the minecart, but you will never get through it.
Yeah, there's a certain glitch that you can kind of go past the cart, but you're not going to get past it. Okay, this is actually slight serious time because this second one of those is the hardest one to get through, and it's coming up right now.
Yeah, the way the robots spawn are kind of devious. As well with trying to clear everything. But in the meantime, I'll tell you about things. Someone asked earlier what kind of cheese I was eating. It is Boar's Head Vermont cheddar, just not like a fancy cheese. It's just, you know, the stuff you get in a grocery store. It's amazing. This game came out very recently, 2021, I believe.
Yeah, 2021.
It is $5. The devs know exactly what they made, and they're very excited for it. It got an update on April 1st, definitely not related to April Fool's Day, which added a new gameplay mode, which we might be showing you a little bit later.
Yeah, depending on if I do well on the estimate.
It is easily one of the most exciting video games I've played in a long time. When it came out, NPC bought about 12 people copies of it. I don't actually know how many copies you bought.
Enough.
And enough to build a 4-person speedrunning community. I think 5 runners, maybe?
Shoot. Enough. Well, that's all I can say is enough.
Yup. I am grateful because I loved it.
It's like I bought it for people who would appreciate it.
Exactly. And now we're on the minecart boss, which, you know, what you see is what you get on the minecart boss. Its pattern doesn't change. It's going to shoot stuff low. It's going to shoot fireballs at you. You have to jump over the stuff low. You need to hit the fireballs with the sword. There's no other way around it unless you can figure out how to lay on your back.
Okay, so this level is all cycle-based, so I have to do everything perfectly in order to do this super fast. So I'm going to concentrate, and Cat's going to be awesome.
All right, so now we've got bats. Bats, when you get close enough to you, they will back up and then charge at you. They aren't too big of a deal. The stage is actually, while it is a lot to concentrate on, casually, it's not that bad of an experience. You do get yeeted some snakes. It's the first time you can really deal with snakes by not fighting them and let them, like, fall off pits.
Yeah, let them handle themselves.
But there are bad robots like that.
Okay.
I hate these robots. The next level we get introduced to the bane of my existence, but I won't spoil the enemy. Wow, that was a scary jump. Oh my goodness.
Yeah! I will not say that I feared I was not going to make that, because I totally wasn't going to make that.
Unfortunately, you killed it and made the jump.
Oh, jeez. I did everything perfectly, and now watch me screw up at the very final part.
Let's not to screw up. Oh,
I
God.
don't want to. I did everything perfectly. I've done everything. Go ahead.
The boss of this world is something that it's one of my favorite reactions to a boss in a video game in a long time, just because I was not expecting it. It's a lot, and you'll see.
Yeah, it is a lot.
Very simple fight once you stop panicking at like what it looks like.
Here you go. Here you go. You ready, everybody? You ready?
I'm excited. It's a face!
It's a giant face.
Anyway, the only sprite bigger than Zadette. Here's a giant face. Well, actually, there's probably a few sprites that are bigger than Zadette.
Yeah.
It'll shoot some fireballs at you out of its mouth and its eyes. It'll try to bite you. And just because this game is mean, when it pushes you to the back, a blade will come out and try to scratch your back, and we're gonna go get tickled by it. And now we move on to, I guess, the answer I gave on the other level. An auto-scroller. Zadette has wings now, and it flies, and it auto-scrolls. We have the greatest video game ever made, and the greatest stage. This stage also introduces what PSEG wrote earlier, Snake Boat!
Snake Boat is the best enemy, and I refuse to accept anybody else to say that it is not.
Snake Boat is the meanest enemy in the world. It is a snake in a boat.
But it is a cute snake in a boat. I will not do differently.
It is adorable. Do not get me wrong. But also, in the flying stage, Snake Boat can activate before you see it. So Snake Boat sometimes just shows up, and you're not ready for it. And you can't swing any faster than we are. And your hitbox is only active basically while he grunts.
While he grunts.
So when you stop hearing, that's it. And then you're just sitting there, waiting for Snake Boat to crash into your chest and you fall to pieces. Snake Boat is especially heinous during a later fight. But, you know, we'll get there soon.
Okay, now we need to get this bat out. Come back. There you go. I died to that bat earlier today, and I'm like, why? It's not that hard to avoid.
Sometimes the bat wants it more.
Okay, now the gears of death.
And also, may I remind you, there are no checkpoints in the stages of this game.
Oh, yeah, there are
only
none.
checkpoints when you reach bosses. So if we die right here, we play this whole flying stage again.
Originally the developers wanted to have the entire stage be redone, meaning if you reach the boss, you would have to restart the entire level from the very beginning and have to redo it.
I would have been very sad. Like, this is right now, it's kind of perfect where it is. This stage also has the worst playset in the universe. Right now that we have killed all of the enemies, there's a snake boat right here, just waiting for you. And another snake boat at the exit. So if you just move to the right thinking, I'm free, there's 2 snake boats there to ruin your life.
So this is the boring part of the game. I hate to say there's a boring part, but this is basically a reintroduction to all the enemies you've fought up until this point.
Yeah, this is what I'll colloquially call a trip down memory lane, just because it is just a lane. There's not much going on. There's up spike, there's enemies, there's not really much to do. You just kind of run to the right. Read donations. Wait a minute. This run is brought to you by Zadette, in the land of Zadette, on Zadette Public Radio. Oh, I need to prototype Zadette Public Radio.
We need some metal music with Zadette in it.
Remember, Retrothon runs on donations from like you.
I just love that the developers really were trying to parody the barbarian stuff of like the 80s and 90s, and that they decided they wanted to mimic the Genesis music track.
Are you gonna bring up Sword of Sedan?
I speedrun that game.
I know.
I can't explain why, but I just,
It's a beautiful run. Anyway, we just got our last developer. We have destroyed our last hitting Club the Sack logo. So we are officially headed to Real Gamer %, which is just one more boss fight, and it is the toughest fight in the game by far.
Okay.
First off, we're moving into the final boss, which, the first phase of the final boss, which there is no RNG. It always starts with the above fireballs, and they come down in, I believe, 3 or 4 separate patterns. It's been a hot minute since I played the game.
There's like certain patterns. There's there's like a bunch of cycles here.
Yeah, but you're gonna see it end and repeat. I think this boss has like double the health of any other boss in the game or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's like 70 HP.
Yeah, a lot of the other bosses have something like 40-ish. This boss, for some reason, has 70 hit points. This never occurred to me when I played this boss of just go to the right, and these will not hit you.
And
I'm over here jumping like a
that is how big his hitbox is that you can swing all the way over here, and it still counts as a hit.
Yep, technically, I guess the hilt is hitting his cheek, which is funny because Zadette's back is not really a hitbox for the most part.
No, yeah, his arm is not a hitbox. And he's also left-handed, so anybody that's left-handed, here's your hero.
You know, the greatest left-handed swordsman of all time, people bring up Link, but really, it's Zadette. Look at the technique in the swing. I think the boss has a name. It's not Zadette, sadly, but it might be.
The Face of Evil.
The Face of Evil, I'm sorry.
Which is an homage to the Link game, Faces of Evil.
Amazing. Which I think is pretty good, that game. I think it was pretty fun. Anyway, y'all, if y'all got some trans pride flags, now's the time to spam them.
Yeah.
Zadette says trans pride.
Trans
That's
pride.
confirmed. I'm gonna do it. Let's go.
Yeah. I have to concentrate for this.
Yep. All right, so this is where RNG comes in. There will be RNG in this battle. It's going to start with just a few lasers, and then the boss is going to spawn waves of enemies. Now, the enemies that show up is the RNG. It can spawn any enemy in the game for the most part. So I believe NPC does not want to see blue snakes.
Blue snakes are what we do not want to see.
Yup. I think Snake Boat is the meanest thing in the world here. But, you know. But we're gonna jump, we're gonna move. And this is just an auto-scrolling boss fight section. It's not a lot going... Well, there is a lot going on, and that's the problem, but all you have to do is survive. And if you survive for long enough, this boss will just get yeeted into the stratosphere.
Okay, so we're about to do 10 count, so we're going to stay at the very left of the screen. I don't know if this was Nistel or Mooware that figured this out, but this is the best way to handle anything coming in.
Yeah, at this point, the snake boats won't activate. The robot cube got plenty of time to take care of.
Oh, baby! Oh, baby!
That's a... Oh, wait, you can just keep it away, right?
Yeah, you don't have to do that. We got it.
Let's go. Hot strats. Gonna be well, I mean, there was a flash on the screen. The flashing photosensitivity warning you see above Zadette is going to come into play during this final boss.
Yeah.
So we're going to see the ending really quick, which don't let me talk over it.
So beautiful.
They're in love. And the credits will play, and then we've got one final challenge for us. But the photosensitivity warning is real. When you see the screen zoom very far out, there's going to be a lot of flashing. And I don't mean that lightly. There's going to be a lot of flashing.
Very much
You'll
so.
hear it. So if you want to close your eyes and listen, you'll hear the flashing stop. You'll know. There's big booms and crashes. It's basically like lightning. That's the time to watching it. But you'll see the game zoom out. Which proves to you that the game could zoom out this whole time and they chose not to.
Okay, this is going to be a part where I definitely concentrate. So if you want to explain the boss.
Yes. Okay, sorry. So this boss is complete RNG on what attacks he's going to do. He's only got a handful of them. Some of them are better, some of them are worse. This blue hand is personally my favorite attack to see. When it's going to the left and it's glowing blue, it will kill you. When it's moving to the right, it won't kill you. But if it does touch you, it's going to drag you along to the right into the boss. As well, his mouth can glow. It will shoot out fire at you. When his eyes glow, a spike is going to appear where you're standing. And as well, he can throw blades at you. It puts the trajectory of the blades on the screen, and you can easily dodge those. And when the blue eyes come up, he's going to pull you back and forth repeatedly. You'll see the direction he's being pulled by the way the screen moves. We don't want to see red eyes. He can be very, very trolly. Use the red eyes twice and then push on the blue eyes, which is basically the worst thing that can happen to us.
I've done some good stuff.
No, we have so far. When we see the spikes, we want to see the blue hand right away, because the blue hand will clear the spikes right away. Otherwise, they will disappear on their own after taking enough time.
We're about to get it, yeah.
Yep, now's the time that it's zooming out. You want to look away or close your eyes if you're photosensitive. It is a lot of flashing. I'll give you a heads up. All right, and you can look again. So that's your key. Don't look when you see the game zoom out. And
oh crap! He's already in rage mode.
Wow. So rage mode means he doesn't have a delay between his attacks anymore. Usually
Holy crap! Holy freaking crap!
Well, that was amazing.
Okay, I'm taking it. That is frig. Holy crap. I have no words for that.
Time is when the thing appears on the screen.
Yep.
That's a. I don't know if that's a huge PB because you haven't uploaded a video in a while.
That is a PB. That is a definite PB.
That's like a 4-minute PB for you.
The speed run, the world record is 22 minutes 44 seconds. So had I not died on the 4th level boss, that might have been really close to world record, because that true final boss, he gave me everything. Pretty much.
Yeah. That fight usually drags out to like 3 or 4 cycles on the flashing.
Yeah.
That flew by. And now we're the greatest player in the world.
But I think people really want to see better gameplay of Zadette.
Yeah, so the devs heard everyone's complaints, and because they're good devs and they know the players know better than the people who made the game, they listened. They listened and put in the better gameplay experience. So if you go to the options menu and hit the letter G.
Oh, and hold on, let them listen. There we go.
Better gameplay activated. And you know what they knew? Like, they knew people knew better. Zadette should move faster. Zadette should be able to turn around. Zadette should be able to jump higher. You know what? The devs gave us everything.
We just need to show them what this is.
Yep.
And
we're not going to do the whole game. We're just going to
We're going to play through the first level. We're not actually doing the full game. But we are working on this speed run. I haven't gotten to work on it yet, but yes, this is truly better gameplay.
Yeah, I think one run of the full game has been done so far.
Yeah, thank you.
Zadette can jump very high. Zadette can turn around. He can lay on his back. He can nearly fly. This is quantifiably the better gameplay experience. And also, NPC's making it look a lot more playable than it is. Would you kindly turn around? Oh God. Would you kindly show the audience what happens when you hit the left key? Yep, there you go. Zadette can turn around.
And he can attack enemies from behind. And if you go too high...
The devs told me going off the top of the screen is the secret ending.
Oh, jeez. That is just... Well, yeah, but... oh, man, I couldn't have asked for a better Zadette run. That was friggin' awesome.
A run in a marathon. Just absolutely unbelievable. Congratulations. This was unbelievable. I loved this.
Thank you for joining me, Kat. I hope you all enjoyed it out there, RGL. Thanks, RGL, for letting me show this. And I hope that I have truly inspired people to go and buy this game.
Go play Zadette.
What?
I'm sorry. I was going to say, go play Zadette. We need more runners.
Hey, listen, there's 5 runners in total. I'm surprised we have 5. But we do love the runners. We do love, spreading the word about this game, so...
Yeah, it is the most beautiful game ever made. But
yeah.
Thank you so much for inviting me along. It's been an honor and a privilege to once again commentate Zadette.
Yep, and I'm going to go pass out now, so...
Yeah, NBC's been up for like 19, 20 hours right now, so...
So the fact that I had one death in there, I'm proud of with how much sleep I've had. So please cut me so that I can go pass out.
Everyone in chat, tell NBC to go to bed.